should learn how to take photography.
Exactly.
So I'm
Graphic
not,
design.
Because outsourcing, like, bro, a good photographer, if he knows his worth, is gonna charge you what, like OD prices.
Exactly.
Bro. And then you just like over time it adds up. Bro. I'm just like, you can save that and invest right back into your business.
Exactly. So,
well, welcome to the Part of Everything podcast.
what's good, guys?
I'm your host Javon.
I'm Mike. We back for the one time.
Man, it's tough times, man.
Here we go.
You know, first of all, I wanted to say condolences to Kobe Bryant and his family. It's tragic, man. Tragic news. I know. I was shocked when I heard it, man. I was like,
Shook.
damn, Kobe, bro?
Superman.
Man, it's just like, it just puts everything in perspective, though, man. It just kind of like really allows you to see life from like, damn, it can be taken at any point.
Yeah, no, honestly.
No matter how much good you're doing, no matter how much, great things you got going on in your life, man, you never know what can happen. And, it just lets you know how much we're not in control of. So it's like you got to control what you can, and that's what you do every day, what you do at this moment. And just make the most out of it.
Yeah, I think you look at Kobe, he never really wasted a day. And clearly that's what everyone says. Like everything he did was extraordinary. There was nothing under extraordinary. And it's kind of sad that it takes something like this for us to really like tune in. And I mean, we're in the gym even lifting heavier than we lifted last week, just because
Absolutely.
It just goes to show how powerful the mind is. And if you really apply yourself, which is hard, you can create a habit, but you're always going to fall back into who you are, right? Like
absolutely.
You want to wake up early. You want to get this done. You want to work it, blah, blah, blah. You fall out just a little bit, you're going to go back to your old habits, but you just got to keep pushing to be extraordinary, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Kobe was a perfect example of that. I mean, he just like really pushed the limits and showed you like it is all mental.
Yeah.
That Mamba mentality, that's just like kind of cliche now that he's, passed, but it's like, it's real. He really let us know that you could tap into yourself and achieve things beyond the ordinary.
Exactly.
And it's all about how hard you work, and it's like really tapping into that other gear. So I mean, that's kind of what I use these kind of situations for. Like, it's all about perspective. You can see it as a sad situation, which it is, but you can also take it in as like, wow, man, like that's the inspiration. I'm gonna take what he gave so much, take the energy he gave to life, and I'm apply it to my life.
Yeah.
And then that's what you never know, like what people's purpose is. Of course he was this great athlete, he was this great person, great father, everything, but maybe his purpose was to inspire people, and he served his purpose, and that's all he had to do. But who knows, man? Like,
what's your legend, your personal legend? I saw LeBron actually posted that quote, and I was like, oh, that's from The Alchemist. That's crazy. So I mean, everybody's on that book, but my biggest thing is like, so when I heard the news, I remember on Monday, which we're not even that far, it's only been like 4 days?
Yeah. Damn.
Monday, I didn't even want to get out of bed. I just sat there. And I thought to myself, like you said, you got to reciprocate that energy. I'm like, yo, I got to get out of bed. I got to go to the gym. I got to get my stuff done. This is what he would do. So apply that, and you become that inspiration. You inspire all these people. Hey, man, I know this is sad, but we all got to come together and do better, right?
Man.
That's the whole goal.
Absolutely. So, like, what do you think it takes to, like what have you really tapped into? What do you think it takes to become a leader? Become like a person of that status, or that just person that some people respect and like look up to. It's like, man, he gave it all.
Yeah, here's another thing. So people would say, which unfortunately I never got to meet him, but people would say when he was in the room, you just wanted to be a better person. So like to reciprocate that energy, I feel like number one, you got to lead by example. I think that's vital. That's number one.
Absolutely. And
number two, you just got to be friendly, and almost everyone has a different perspective, right? So you got to put, what's the saying? Like you got to, just got to see from both sides. So maybe someone comes from a different area of their life, is tough or whatever. You got to see from both angles. Like, hey man, I know stuff is tough, but you got to break it down. Like, this is how you're going to get here. And it's not just going to happen overnight. Slowly, gradually, just work on it day by day, get better and better at whatever your craft is.
Absolutely. And I think one thing powerful you said was like he required the energy when he walked in the room. And I think we should all demand that, like we shouldn't, like when we walk in the room, like make sure your presence is felt. Like don't go out of your way and just like make a scene. But it's just like I said, project that energy. Like project like I'm here, I'm myself.
Yeah.
Just like I said, just be yourself and like really demand the energy from people you interact with. Like, when we have a conversation with somebody, you want them to be their truest self. You want them to be honest. You don't want them to come talk to you about some BS that you don't care about.
Yeah, or you're preaching to them and they're pretending to listen.
Absolutely.
That's the worst.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the one thing that made me like not want to small talk,
Hmm.
because so there's people out there, which I'm not trying to bring in any negative energy to the conversation, but there's just people out there that they want to ask you just to know for the clout aspect of it. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
they want to know just because they feel like, oh, I know what's going on, but they don't really care, nor do they reciprocate that in their own lives. Does that make sense?
Damn, that's real.
That's where I come from as far as like small conversations. I feel like when you have that energy, that big energy,
Yeah.
you attract those people that
Or talking.
are genuine,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
So
For sure.
again, that goes back to organic. Like I'm not going to go out of my way to do anything just unnecessary that I don't need to do. Like my meeting with the realtor or any meetings you've had, they've just kind of been like vital. Like it's
Absolutely.
attracted to you. It wasn't just, it was out of the blue, right?
Absolutely.
So energy, man. It's a thing. It's,
No,
again,
absolutely.
cliche, but it's a thing.
Damn. No, I think that's so important, man, because it's just like small talk is just waste time.
Yeah.
It's so much time.
Nobody, yeah, I mean, your days can pass by, but the more and more like you climb up the ladder, you just realize like my time is super vital because I'm on a mission.
Absolutely.
I'm not here to just sit around and just mess around. Like this is business. Have fun, but this is business, you know?
So what are characteristics of a leader to you?
Confident, number one. Again, that goes back to that energy. Caring. Really, I feel like those two traits are so broad. Like I feel like that's all you really need. What about you?
No, for sure. I think to build up caring, I think every leader at some point needs to like take on the role as a servant.
Yeah.
You know, I think every great leader from anybody you look up to has always been a servant to the bigger picture, a servant to his community.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important because a lot of people just want to, attain this status, and that's the leader to them.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about like, who are you serving? What is the big picture that you're trying to attain? And I think I was reading this book, and it was talking about how any man's mission is incomplete until it serves the universal structure.
Yeah.
And it hit me so deep because it's just like we find ourselves, having these big dreams and these things. We're like, I want to get $1 million. I want to achieve this goal. I want to do this and that. But it's like, what is the big picture you're trying to get to?
Yeah.
Like, who are you helping?
For sure.
And it's like your mission will always be incomplete. Like you can get the $1 million, you can achieve this goal,
Yeah.
but your mission will always be incomplete until you serve that bigger picture.
For sure.
And I think the people who are willing to serve the bigger picture and willing to have the patience, which another characteristic of a leader is patience, who are willing to have the
for
patience,
sure.
I think will get there.
That's where like Big Sean always comes in. This is bigger than me.
Absolutely.
Like, it
my
really comes down
alarm
to that. Yeah, is it?
No,
Oh,
it's my
bro,
alarm. It's my
yeah.
alarm
I gotta listen. I listen to that at least once a day because
Man.
I think we hear from all these celebrities and these higher ups that have made it, and at the end of the day, they all go back to this fact of like, I got the Rollie, I got the Bentley, I got the jewelry, I got the money, I got the house, everything that society wraps around us needing, right? But it all comes down to, I'm still not happy. And why is that? They start using their time to donate to charities or just giving your time to people. And, things just gradually come together. It's bigger than you.
Damn.
And I think my previous meeting that I had, he asked me, what are your goals? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And, for me, I'm like, pay off my debt. And he's like, oh, that's cool. But like, what's the bigger picture? And I didn't have an answer, bro. Like,
Damn.
I really thought about it. And he told me, and he's older than us, obviously, but he's like, I want to be able to create this business model and not work and be able to spend time with my family, be able to travel. I don't want to grind until I'm 80. And that comes into, again, donating to charity, just having that time to be able to do more. And I'm like, thank God we're learning this young, right?
No,
But
for sure.
it's just like, damn.
No, absolutely.
Like, I did not have usually, when you're with someone older, you're more mature for your age and you have an answer, but I legit just didn't have an answer. Like, I felt like a little kid.
Damn.
And I was like, wow. Like,
It's humbling, yeah.
yeah, it really
Makes
is.
you think, yeah. I'm trying to think what I wanted to be in 5 years or what I want to be
Yeah,
doing. I definitely know I want to retire at 45. That's definitely a goal.
Okay, word.
45, I definitely want to retire. But at the same time, in 5 years, there's so many things, man. Like, I want to have a nonprofit. I want to, like, have that solidified. I want to start getting in real estate. I really want to start traveling.
Yeah.
Like I've talked about this before. Like traveling is definitely on the bucket list. Just
Yeah,
like
for sure.
really just diving into other cultures and just really seeing like what these other cultures are about,
Yeah.
and just like meeting the people.
Yeah.
Like not just going like the touristy towns. I want to like
Just, like,
actually
really
meet the
be in
people.
it. Yeah,
absolutely. And, like, what are y'all doing? What is this about?
We got the advantage with brown skin too. People don't hate us.
Facts.
Like you can go anywhere.
But we don't speak another language.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only thing.
That's true.
They know we're American by the
You
first.
gotta be like really like intellectually there to learn another language.
What language would you want to learn if you could learn any language right now?
Spanish is number one. I just feel like it's everywhere, right?
Yeah, true.
Spanish, and what else would I like to learn that would just be beneficial for me? Bro, honestly, I just feel like Spanish is really the root of it. Like,
No, yeah, I think Spanish is like one of those languages. Because like, if you know Spanish, you can like it's easier to learn Portugal. It's easier to learn French, Italian, all these different languages. But I kind of want to learn Mandarin or like some Asian language.
Whew.
I know it's tough.
That would actually be pretty far. That would be beneficial, especially going over. I think if it came down to it, that's what it would be. You either want to know like Spanish and then move over into like Chinese, Mandarin, any of that. But that's tough.
I think German would be cool too. Like I always like found it interesting, like the way they just like talk
rest on the street. You're like,
No,
Germany's
crazy.
fire though. I love Germans, man.
I was reading this article about the frequency of languages and how so pretty much we speak the lowest frequency. English is the lowest frequency of languages because alpha and beta are the lowest frequencies and that exist in energy, and we speak the alphabet.
Wow.
And other languages, so pretty much the other languages allow you to like they force you to have your tongue to the root of your mouth, which then sends energy out your root. out your crown chakra. Or your crown in general.
Yeah.
And they're just talking about that, how like, we always clown on like people in Africa.
Yeah.
But when you do that, like when your tongue is hitting your mouth and it's energy, it's funny, but it's real, bro.
Nah,
and I was
crazy.
like, damn, that's crazy.
Nah, you ain't lying though. Like,
No, and I thought it was crazy. I was like, wow, bro, alpha and beta are lowest frequencies, and we speak the alphabet. And I was like, wow. I was like, mind blown. But
I would even want to like learn some like Muslim. What do they speak?
Arabic.
Mm-hmm. I'm just messing y'all, but yeah, I would like to learn Arabic. Their food is fire. Or just messing, bro. Or I'm crazy.
Oh man. So, what you trying to get into like foreign like cooking?
Oh, bro, of course. What? Yeah, without a doubt. Like, I think in Japan, the culture, the way they cook is amazing. So tonight we actually have a sushi class here, which, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to just be able to try every like culture and see, like, actually work with the chefs. Like, that would be a dream come true to me, because just the different cooking methods is crazy in Germany. Every culture has their own like their
own like culture of doing it. Yeah,
Americans, it's boring. Like even like you look at someone like
it's true.
Gordon Ramsay. He's not from America. His cooking methods are phenomenal.
So who's your like? Is that your like, not idol, but like person you like aspire?
Yeah, as far as like knowledge in the kitchen,
Okay.
I think his logic. I feel like every time I cook, you really are like giving someone a part of you. Like the presentation, like every meal I make, bro, is damn near. It's just like looks nice. I love it to look visually pleasing and just taste fire. Like
I feel that.
like it'll take me hours, but I don't care because it's literally like a passion.
No, I feel
It's
that.
the weirdest thing.
Damn, that's what's up.
So
I was talking to this guy. He's Mexican.
yeah,
And he was like, in his culture, pretty much like if you go to their house, like you'll always have something to eat. Like the mom or like the person in the house always make sure you have something to eat.
yeah,
Because it's like they don't want you hungry in the house, and it's like a culture thing. So it's like every time he'll have a girl over and he won't even like her like that, but he'll make sure he cooks for her. Which is like, he said it sucks because I kind of catch feelings faster, or because like you're doing all these things. Yeah, exactly. But
for sure.
it's just part of his culture, so like girls kind of take it the wrong way. But yeah, man, I think that's cool. Cooking is dope. I want to get into it.
Yeah.
So I'll like if you ever go to this class, remember that oil or like the cooking oil shop we went to in Fort Collins?
Yeah, the olive oil.
Yeah.
And all that? Yeah, bro.
That was fire.
Cooking. If you trying to join a class, bro, I'm all about it. Like,
No, I'm definitely with that.
I think that is another goal I'd like to add to the list. Take a cooking class, just like an extraordinary cooking class, boxing, and rock climbing, all that cool stuff. Jump out of plane. Still haven't done that yet.
Skydive, I know. You got to get to it, bro. It's not even that expensive. I thought it was like mad expensive. It's
Nah.
like $150,
It's
$200,
scary.
something like that.
I'm down though.
No, I'm definitely down.
This is gonna be a big year. Like, The energy is just at an all-time high.
I know. I can't wait for the weather to get better, man, because it's cold right now, bro. That cold just kind of gets
it goes back and forth though. Like
I know. It's like the sun is out, but it's just like some days I'm like, man, bro, this cold hurts.
You ain't lying.
Like, bro, this shit
Like,
hurts.
you just want to stay inside. Like, I'm good.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, guys, we're all over the place today, man. It's just a freestyle.
Let's talk about teamwork, bro.
Yeah.
Like really, like this is a partnership that we've built.
Yeah.
You know, like what do you think makes a team work?
The most important thing is communication, because unfortunately, as humans, you know, you have so many opinions and greed creeps in. It's just a human trait. Like, regardless, you know, there's some rare DNA people that don't have that, but there's always someone like trying to make it more than it is. Like, I've seen tons of friends fall out over money or who's working more versus, yo, what's the main goal? Like, what are we trying to do here? This is what it is. This is the plan. Stick to it. Like, if you set that communication and that boundary, I think it's just like a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like, communication is everything, and sometimes it's hard, we lack in that.
No, 100%, man. Like, I don't know. I think it really comes down to like seeing your partner or seeing the person you're working with
Yeah.
in the same light you want to see yourself in. You know what I'm saying? So if you see yourself like getting to this level, you see your partner going to the same way. And it kind of like, it's a mindset, something I've had to work on personally, because it's like you said, like the self-greed kind of kicks in, or just like, I don't know, just like bad habits and just like the fear of whatever.
No, I hear you.
And it's like, you got to like really see your partner like, all right, I want to get to this point. How can I get my partner to this point?
Yeah.
And it's like, of course you can't expect everybody to be on the same level as you.
No, not at all.
You know, if they don't want to be there or whatever, but it's like you should always strive. That should be the goal.
Yeah, and
you know?
you should always try to find someone who is going to want to also be to that level. Again, that goes to that, hey, either I pull you up or I let you go. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And you got to know that for yourself, and that comes down to sacrifice, right? Like,
Absolutely.
sometimes the people that you grew up with or that you felt like you were really connected with, they just ain't cutting it right now. Maybe later in life when they learn, but again, it's one of those things where energy, bro, like it'll attract you to the right situation.
Absolutely.
So I think that's really what teamwork is. I mean, even down to the basketball court, when you have a team that is looking to win versus who's looking for the best stats, you see the difference, right?
And that's one thing I ran into playing sports sometimes. Like, not all the time. I had a lot of great teammates, but there was a couple of teammates over time where like they want to see you do good, but never better than them.
Exactly.
And it's just like those people you got to weed out of your life. And it's coming around in real life too. It's like some people want to see you do good, but they never want to see you do better than them. And it's sad, bro. It is. But I think it's just kind of like the culture that we kind of.
And it's one of those things where you can't be mad at them.
No,
right?
for sure.
It's the whole fool me once, shame on, what is it, shame on me?
Yeah, fool me twice.
Yeah. So.
Sure. I think switch around, but yeah.
You get it. Either way, yeah.
No, we get it.
You get the quote.
Exactly.
But yeah, teamwork it's so vital. And again, it is that whole like, you may be here, shit, I'm gonna get here. And we're just gonna keep going. You got to share the wealth, right?
Absolutely.
And that goes to even your goal. You want to put everyone on any opportunity you can, because that's only going to reflect on you. That same energy is going to be reciprocated.
It's going to be reciprocated, yeah. And it's kind of like, in a way, you're like creating soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, that really like mess with you and like really really want to like believe in what you believe in. It's like they might not see your vision, but they just feel it. Exactly. It's like your internal feeling, like he knows what he's doing. So I'm gonna like follow him.
That's the roots of it all, like just that gut feeling. Like if you know it's there, that's it. You may not see it yet, but once we get there, you can be like, I'm glad I stuck around, right?
No, for sure.
So
I think one thing I'm learning as far as that goes is like, you know, building a community and like, you know, having this role of a leader is like having a balanced time. Because, you know, some people want you to be a part of groups. Some people want you to, you know, just like spend time with them, and you got to make the time for those personal connections.
No, for sure.
At the same time, it's like sometimes it gets overwhelming, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you got to really like make time for those things, and sometimes it sucks because you want to like spread yourself, but you can't spread yourself too thin. Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of learning right now. Just like, how do I balance, you know, me having these person-to-person connections, me spending time with these people, me having these community events, and also making time for myself and the people I care about in my life, like my dog, my family, girlfriend, things like that. It's like, how do I balance this and like really be able to give my whole self to these things?
Yeah, you look at it like it's almost a metaphor of having a bunch of plants. And you got to water all of them consistently. Otherwise, one of them's going to die, right? It's
a great analogy, bro.
It's tough.
100%.
Because sometimes, you're watering, you're giving a little bit of water on here, a little bit here. Oh, you're too much on here. This motherfucker drowned it, right?
Yeah.
So it really is. Like, it's super tough. And I think the one thing like I'm realizing is if I don't have that energy to give, let's say there's a meeting or there's a two-way street. You need to get out. You need to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that energy in you to show up and be your best, don't go. And that's what I'm doing now.
100%.
Because I don't want to be in that situation and just not be me. Because then people take their perspective from you, right? Like, oh, he's a dickhead. What's his problem? But it's like, no, I'm going through something. Like, my energy's just off. Like,
Exactly.
So I'm just not going to go. I'll see you next time.
No, for sure. It's comes down to knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Dang. But yeah, one thing I've asked for guidance for recently is just like learning to give without feeling like I'm losing.
Yeah.
And that's been a struggle for me sometimes. It's just like, because like I said, I want to give my time and energy to these things, but it's like sometimes when I give my energy to them, I feel like I'm losing something in another part of my life. And it's like, how do I just find that balance? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm losing every time I give myself to something.
Yeah. Because the thing is that'll carry over to the other things, right?
Absolutely.
You're so focused on, man, lost out on that. And then the thing that you're really supposed to be focused on at this time, you're still worried about looking behind, So I definitely get that. And that's tough. I don't even know how you go about it. I think it seems like the thing that you do the most is just, I'm going to give you my energy. And if it comes back, cool. If not, cool.
Yeah, facts.
So
how's the meditation been going, bro?
Great, man.
Dope.
I try to do like Monday through Friday, and then I took Saturday and Sunday off. I just wanted to see how I feel. Yeah. I was irritated. I kept saying I need to meditate. Like, I think I have a lot of built up anger. I don't know why. I'm just an irritated person. Like, I'm ready. If a steak, dog, you saw that? If a steak falls out the freezer, bro, I'm mad, dog. I'm gonna throw it off the balcony, like, for no reason. Like, I'm just aggravated. So that meditation is there. I think I really definitely needed it after this whole Kobe thing. Like, I just needed to sit there because that's all I could think about. I needed my mind to just be black. Yeah. So I could, like, I even put it into perspective of like, I need to spend more time with my mom. Like, I get too caught up, even my girl or my dogs, I get too caught up in this goal of work. I can take 5 minutes to just go pet the dog, bro, call my mom, like, it's not that hard. And we don't think about these things until it's too late. So that meditation, I think, really brings me back to this level of being level-headed. Right?
Yeah. One thing I kind of felt bad about the Kobe death is like when I found out, I was like, damn, like hit me at first, but then I never gave myself time to like really reflect on it. Yeah. Like, damn, like really just like take it all in. And like as days have gone on, I've seen other people's reactions, and like it's allowed me time to like kind of reflect on it. But like originally, like, I just kind of went numb. Like even when I found out one of my friends died last year, like last summer he died, and like when I found out, I was like, damn, bro, like hit me. But then I just kind of went on through my day and like didn't really give myself time to reflect. But when I did reflect on it, bro, it hit me hard, bro, broke down. I was like, damn, I don't know why I do that though. I don't know why I like automatically like numb myself and just keep going with life, act like nothing happened, and then too. Then I just like, I don't know. So I think that's what my goal this year, really take time to reflect on what goes on in my life. Because sometimes we just forget like little things. Like we could have had a really dope meeting, a really cool interaction, but it's like we get so caught up in like what we got to do that day or like what we got to do tomorrow, and it's like we forget to like really acknowledge the interaction we had that day or like the cool thing that happened.
That's where like one of my goals is to spend time, like at least once a week. My friends, y'all are close to me. Like I need to make at least a day to just hang out, just talk, like, because you really never know. Like,
absolutely.
So every week my goal is to just either do something fun with my girl, go walk. I still walk my dogs, but just have some fun with them. Yeah. Hit up the homies like, yo, y'all trying to just go eat, like just a simple little thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's been too many times where, bro, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. But I'm not busy. Like, am I watching TV? Yeah. Like these people are someone that you call when you're in a crunch, and
absolutely
you should be seeing them every day and let them know that you appreciate them. So that is hands down my goal, but also something to literally make a habit instead of going back into those old habits and then some tragic happening again and being like, oh, blah, blah. Yeah. It's like, nah, this is it,
I feel that. So what have you been learning this week, bro? It's been learning.
Yeah. So this week I learned photography. I've known a little bit about it, but just trying to really execute that, because we had the conversation of you're only as strong as your weakest link. You need to know graphic design. You need to know business. You need to know how to design a website. You need to know photography. Not necessarily saying that you can't pay someone to do that along down the line, right? Because again, back to time, but we should know it.
Definitely.
So what about you? Like, what have you been ending this week? What's been going on?
I've been learning about just like things I need to do to level up my business.
Yeah.
Whether it be like adding structure,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be like knowing numbers, like knowing, writing on like a 24-month plan and working backwards. Like I want to get here and I'm going to work backwards on how to get there. So like whether it be, all right, so I'm trying to get to a point where like I cap out the garments I make. So I'm going to make 10,000 garments this year and like pretty much make everything numbered. So like we make a collection. If you get it, great. If you don't,
that's it.
But like really get to the point where I can have those 10,000 garments sold, and then also be at a point where I have other streams of income where I'm not dependent on those garments being sold,
Okay.
And just learning about nonprofits, how there's like 25 different categories.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I talked about, I learned about 2 categories. Then I found there's 25 different categories. And I don't know, it's really been helpful. Like my girlfriend Taylor, she's been angel, a saint, man. Like she's been really just holding it down. Like as far as like she's learning about the same things I'm learning about, and we come together and we're like, yo, like this is what I learned, and we just like, oh, like just kind of the teamwork, bro. Teamwork, and it's just super dope to have that, and just like have that partner with you. Like it's been dope, man. It's been a blessing just having a partner that are on the same path. And I've been learning about relationships, bro. Like like learning how to make time for her, and
it's tough.
Yeah, it's just like
tough, bro.
It is. It really is, man. I'm still learning. Like I wouldn't say I'm a bad boyfriend or anything like that, but it's just like there's times where I could improve. Like spending time and stuff. But that's what I've been learning, bro. Just like learning.
Let's like reflect on that, because obviously the majority of our audience is going to be males that got girlfriends.
Yeah.
We're men, man. Like we're very simple.
Yeah.
But we forget about the little things.
Not true.
So how do you grow in that? I feel like this is one of those things that you can know everything, but also it's kind of like an ongoing journey. Like,
no, for sure.
Again, I always got to take things back to Kobe, but they were together forever, but it wasn't easy, right?
No, for sure.
It's always growth. You just be the best you can be.
I think the biggest part of relationship is transparency.
Yeah.
I think if you're allowed to be transparent with your partner and like have that trust to be transparent with them, then it's like alleviates so many other issues, because you can be honest. You can be your whole self with that person.
Yeah.
And like in a relationship in general, it's like you really have to embrace the fact that you're learning another person.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many things that happened before you guys met.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that are gonna happen after. Like you're constantly growing, and it's like pretty much like morphing 2 people together into one, into a team, into a unit. And it takes time, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm finally getting to the point where like I'm willing to invest in a relationship, because it's like before, like things would get tough, or like, I would, a girl would make me mad or whatever, and I'd just be like, you know what? Like peace. Like I don't got time to deal with this. I didn't want to put that energy into it, but like now I'm at a point where I want to put the energy into it. I'm willing to like make these efforts. And it's dope. I'm like learning so much more about my emotional side, and it's cool, man. It's different. It's different, but it's like it's worth it, man. Once you see the return of like the other person working just as hard for you, it's cool.
It's a long term. It's not short term. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so man, you've been in a relationship for what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah, 3 years, almost 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's the biggest thing you've learned in that whole process?
Bro, I'm a horrible communicator. Like, I like to just live. Like, when let's say I'm out on a trip, I don't want to text.
Yeah.
I just want to live. I don't want to be on my phone. Like, I want to experience. So just to be able to, like, hey, everything's good. Love you. Like, that's
like
it.
The cute shit.
Yeah, but I can't get that through my head, and I'm still working on it. But that's all it takes. Like, hey, I'm doing good. Hey, this is where I'm at. I like to be off the map.
Yeah, I feel that. Same.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest like flaws in relationship as well is like being tentative and just like cute and just
Yeah,
like
same,
you know
bro, yeah.
like touching and holding hands and
Yeah.
getting random hugs, and it's like I'm not naturally that person. Like I'm so
Same.
used to just like you know like let's just if we gotta go to the store, let's go to the store. Like
This is what we gonna get. I'm
exactly,
out.
exactly.
Oh, hold my hands, like.
And
so,
it's just like
yeah.
so I'm not naturally that person, but it's like it matters, man.
I feel it, bro. I'm the same.
You know, like
Oh my
it
gosh.
matters, man. Like the girls like that, and it matters to them. So it's
Yeah.
like you gotta.
It's
make
got
the
to matter to
sacrifice.
you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you want it to work, so.
So and that's
Bro.
one thing I'm kind of like you know merging over. You know, compromising. I think relationships are all about compromise too.
Always.
Like don't compromise too much. Like definitely find a middle ground.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's like you gotta compromise. Long story short, like you gotta you know appease your partner, and they should appease you as well.
For sure.
And like finding that balance.
Yeah, I think the other important thing is to hold each other accountable. What is it that you want to? If you're genuinely serious,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on the first date. What are your 5-year goals? You know, you're not gonna hit
Sure.
somebody with that. But if
Absolutely.
if it's genuine, you want to grow, you need to talk about like what is it that you want to do. Maybe they don't know. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you want to do, so maybe influence them to help them grow. So I think there's some times where opposites attract, and maybe they don't know what they want to do, but you're going up the hill, so you're like, whoa, these are your options. This is what you can do. You influence them to grow, so then eventually they get to a point where as long as they're trying to grow,
Yeah.
it's all good.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's in the same lane as you or whatever. Like, as long as they're trying to grow, I think that's super important. And then the fact that maybe they get to a point where they've grown and they're also holding you accountable for the things that you said you wanted to do.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, it's
that's all
kind of
you
like we talked about earlier about demanding that energy
Yeah.
from your partner as well.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like once you give off a certain energy, like yo, I'm on this path and I'm about to do whatever it takes to get here, that rubs off on people.
Exactly.
And then like the partner will come along with you, and if she
Yeah.
doesn't or they don't, then you know, oh well. But
Bro,
it's like
yeah.
you gotta demand the energy from your partner, and like you said, hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
And again, it's not like you're dating someone and you're like, what are your goals? And they're like, I don't know. All right, it's over.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
okay, well, let me help you.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I remember when I first met Mary, she told me, $100,000, I'll never make that in my life. I'm like, what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, and now she's grown so much, so that's all I can ask for. But I'm just like, that's just how it is. Like,
It's like the mindset, like
Yeah.
really having a mindset, like it's achievable.
yeah, and it goes to show like maybe who they've dated, what those people have taught them.
Yeah,
Nothing, bum. Like,
yeah,
let me teach you something.
absolutely.
So,
Man, I hate when people compare me to people of their past.
oh my,
Like,
here we
bro,
go,
that
bro.
just
Same.
pisses me off. I'm like, bro, I am not him.
I'm like, go, hey, go find him.
No, exactly.
Like-
I'm not him.
I'm better. What you
Not
talking?
him. And no, I think it's important to like. I mean, we're all unique, but
Yeah.
I think. Oh no, I feel like me and you are different, bro. Like, and it's important to embrace that. You know, like we're not like majority of these people.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
it's
right.
like really important. Like we bring unique presences in these people's lives, and we gotta acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's important, man. It's
Yeah.
like, and there's a book that I want to read. I haven't read it, but I've heard great things about it. It's called "The Ways of a Superior Man," and it's talking about how to pretty much about partners and how to manage. You know, I'm not saying the man is always superior, but at the same time, how do you go from being a leader in your relationship? Pretty
Yeah.
much, how do you manage that?
I had a meeting with an old coach, and he's been married since he was 21. And sometimes you have these stressful things in a relationship, and you can't relate to your homies sometimes. Like they just don't understand.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, you've been married since you're 21. That's young. Like, how'd you get through it? Like, how'd you get through this far? And he's like, we went to counseling, which I feel like at a certain point, like it might be more normal, like therapy now. But you know, like back in the day, like me and you in middle school. Oh yeah, Mike, I'm in therapy. I'd be like,
Feelings?
nigga, you gay. No, I'm just like, I gotta cut that out. But you know what I'm saying? Like I roast you, but now
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's normal. So he's like, we went to therapy. We actually read 3 different books on relationships, and
Wow.
bro, the breakdown of, let me just break this down to you. So he said, women speak pink, guys speak blue. So we say something to a girl and they take it the wrong way, and it's because we speak different languages. And just that breakdown of, like, you could say something like, let me think of an example of, with men and women, we both have like a love tank. So for girls, let's say maybe holding your hand or sitting on the couch watching TV, not on your phone, like that fills up their love tank.
Yeah.
Or if you're a giver, you like to give gifts, and they reciprocate that, give you another gift, that fills up your love tank. So you got to figure out in your relationship, what is it that they like
Hmm.
that really makes them happy? Because that's what you want ultimately.
Absolutely.
You want to be both be happy.
Yeah.
So it's like figuring out what fills your love tank.
Yeah.
Like mine is, I like to be able to just spend time, watch TV, and
Same.
just enjoy time.
Same way, man.
So-
It's come down to love languages. Like some
Yeah.
people like get like love tank, for example. Like you fill the love tank by giving them positive affirmations. Like,
Yeah.
you look great today.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
or like something like,
And
or yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you put in deposits and
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
But or some people are like, all right, I like I like gifts. You
Yeah,
know?
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Like if that's what you like to do and that's what you like to receive.
Or like some
Flowers.
people just like to cuddle. Some people just like, but it's all about learning your love language. And there's a test you can do on that as
Yeah.
well. So I would advise any couple out there, take a love language test. Kind of just see where each other are at. You know.
Yo, we really went crazy with this podcast. We're just all over, but like these are real things,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, man. Partnerships, mindset,
Teamwork,
teamwork,
Kobe.
Kobe. It's part of everything, you know.
Yeah, it
it's
really
the
is.
world we live in, and like these are real issues. That's what we're here to share, man. Like it's just real life, and I think, I mean, from our first episode, you can see the growth in me and Mike and all
Oh,
that. So
man.
it's dope. It's dope to see. So I'm
definitely
interested
learned
to
a
see
lot.
what episode 50 or 100 is gonna be like. But a little update for our followers. We're gonna have a website soon.
Yeah, everything's coming together nice.
Yeah. So super excited to get, ways to involve you guys and ways to just, give you ways to interact with us, whether it be music, whether it be just Patreons, whether it be,
We
other
got some good
Yeah,
things
we got,
coming.
yeah, we
We
got,
got
I ain't gonna spend on too much, but
it's
yeah,
coming soon.
we got some stuff.
Most importantly, you guys know, like the last podcast we started, like something that we wanted to see what your intent was, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
tip for next week, yeah.
based on this episode, like what do we want?
What's your intention for next week?
Yeah, what?
I think my intention for this coming week is to. It's a great question, man. I think I really want to sit down and reflect on where I want to be in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's my intention.
Okay.
You got
Man.
me thinking about 5 years. And I've been talking to Taylor. She's been like, would you like just write out a 24-month plan? Like stuff like that. Just like, I think goals are so much easier to attain when you're able to work backwards. Like I want to get here. All right, what are steps that I can take to get there?
there.
And it's just
Yeah.
like really just sitting down and reflect on that. Sometimes we think about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like what steps are really taking to like define exactly what we want.
Yeah.
So that's my intention for this next week.
Oh man, that's a good one. I kind of did that this past week of just, locking in. Where is it that I want to be? Because that dude messed me up with that conversation. I'm like, bro. Honestly, I think my intentions this week are really just to focus on how can I spend more quality time with the people I love,
Damn.
and make that on a permanent basis, not a, oh man, Superman died and now I'm down, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want this to be a permanent thing and important to my life. Back to that conversation of it's bigger than me. So
Facts.
that's it. Like if I can turn this structure of this upcoming week into just lifetime,
Yeah.
that's all I need.
Damn.
So you guys can let us know what your intentions are for the next week. We'd love to hear it. And, thanks for watching.
Absolutely,
Part of
man.
Everything podcast.
We love y'all, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Peace.